I was at work today, and while at work, I was having some time with the Lord, and I brought some prayer before Him, and I asked Him for something. But during the middle of my prayer, I realized how I was asking. You know, I came before Him. I said, Lord, I said, this may be a lot to ask, but could you? And I stopped myself right there. You know, I had to realize who I was asking, who I was praying to. You know, I wasn't going before, asking a family member or a friend or going to a bank for a loan. I was nothing of the earthly realm. I was going before God Almighty, going before the Lord. And it blew my mind. How many times do we want to bring something to God, a petition, a prayer, and bring it before God? And we get so caught up in our flesh that we think, it's so much to ask for. It's such a big thing that I need right now. I don't know if God can meet what? Do we realize what we're asking? What we're saying? There's nothing that we can ask for, that we can pray for, that goes beyond the means of God. He is the God of the impossible. All things are possible with God. Look at Matthew 19:26. Jesus says, with men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. There is nothing that goes beyond His means. There is nothing that He cannot do. He can do everything. He can answer our every prayer. Look at in Genesis. In Genesis 18:14, a perfect example of how all things are possible with God. There's Sarah. Her and Abraham are both stricken with old age. And in the physical sense, in the earthly realm, she is beyond, being in the physical form of bearing a child. God doesn't see it that way, and didn't see it that way, and He told her that she will bear a child. He said, is there anything too hard for the Lord? Is there? No. There is nothing too hard for the Lord. There is nothing that God cannot do. It's so many times that, think about it, we get stuck up in wanting to ask God for something, and we're afraid that it's such a big thing, or that it's not of any importance to Him. In Psalm 37:4, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Well, that right there to me says that nothing is not important to God. If we desired, if it's in our heart, now granted, it's got to be according, it's got to go by His will. Because we can't desire something that goes against Him. We won't get it. But if we're delighting ourselves in Him, He's going to give us what our heart desires. He loves us, and He wants to take care of us, and He wants to bless us. Jesus said in John 15:17, if you abide in me, and my word abides in you, ask what you will, and it shall be given to you. In Matthew 7:7 through 7:8, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened. For everyone that asks receives, and he that seeks finds. And to him that knocks it shall be opened. A lot of times we don't receive because we don't ask, because we feel like it's not of importance to God. Or we get stuck, like I said before, in our flesh, that it's such a big thing. How could God ever manage this? It's so big, it's beyond our means, beyond our control. But God's ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And nothing is beyond His control. In Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good to those that love God, to them that are called according to His purpose. So if we love Him and He has called us, everything will work together for the good. Everything will work out. He will see everything works for us. He's a God that will provide for our every need. Jesus says not to worry about what we're going to eat or drink or what clothes to wear, but that God will provide our every need. He loves us and wants to be there for us. He wants to enjoy us being with Him and Him with us. He takes joy in that. He wants us to be filled with His joy. He wants us to enjoy being in His presence and loving and serving Him. It's just, sometimes it seems in our flesh things are impossible. And that's where we have to go beyond our flesh. We have to deny our flesh. We have to seek God with all of our heart. And you look at this, the way it goes. If we delight in the Lord and we abide in Him and His word abides in us, whatever we ask, we will receive. And if we truly seek Him, we will find Him. And whatever door we knock upon, He will open. There is nothing that is impossible with God, because with God all things are possible.